Hi folks, me again, Scotch Bob at the vice again, tying up a couple for my box. I was on the other day there and there was a wee hatch on and there was buzzers hatching, but among them I could see these wee flies. I could see the buzzers with the wee tiny wings sticking out, the separated wings, but there were some buzzers in among them that the wings are lying flat along their back. They weren't sticking out like a normal kind of midge. And I thought, I don't know what the hell they are. I'm not right sure what they were, but there might have been something that's been blown on, or it was just a type of buzzer, but they were mopping them up. So I thought, I'll come up with something here, because I need to tie a couple of these, because if that happens again, I did have some, I put some top hat buzzers on, and I managed to end up with 6, but I didn't get them all with buzzer. I got some with a buzzer and some with, I'm just trying to remember what it was that got on. Just get, see you get these senior moments you forget. I get some with the buzzer, aye, exactly. And I get some, oh, sorry about that folks. That was an alarm on my phone there. It was for last week that I was going to the doctor, so I thought, well, I better put an alarm on, because if I don't, when I'm sitting tying or I'm doing anything else, I'll forget all about it and I miss my appointments, and they don't get very pleased with you when you do that. Anyway, back to the fly. This is a B110 grubber hook I've got. They're not too heavy, they're alright for this, what I want to tie here. And this one I'm going to tie it with a piece of closed cell foam on the head, just to hold it in the surface film, because that's where these are floating about, being caught in the surface film. And just let me get a wee bit of foam. I tie a lot of my buzzer patterns and stuff like that with these wee foam cylinders, and it takes away the having to rely on CDC or floating to some. It takes that away, and I know a lot of folks say, my God, that's stuck in a fly, they'll not get near it. Well, that's a strange thing. They just seem to either ignore it or not see it, because the fly is lying down in the water, tail down, and that's sitting on the surface. And sometimes I'll put a wee hackle at the back in there, a wee, so that it dipples the water and breaks up the background to it, and it breaks up the look of it. But anyway, I've got hundreds upon hundreds of fish with these wee flies, using them as you'll get refusals. They'll come up and they'll just have a big swirl at it and turn as if they've just at the very last moment they've decided, no, there's something no right about that and I'm not going to have it. But such is life, that's the way it goes. Anyway, first of all I'm going to put a wee bit of wire in here, nice fine silver wire, just to rub this, because these wee buzzer things that I seen the other day there had these wee ribbons in the body, and they were quite prominent. I thought they would actually were spindle flies that had get blown into the water. But anyway, I'm tying a couple from my box, because if they're there on a go, at least I'll have something that copies them, or as near copies them as I can get it to. So tying a nice bit of fine wire there, just at the bend of the hook. And then you can either do it with a black thread, the body, or you can do it with a wee bit of black dubbing. Now this is waspy fine dubbing that I'm using. You don't really need it, but I like to put a wee bit fine dubbing on it here, just for the body, because this waspy stuff's really good to work with. It's easy to work with. You know. nice wee fine body, and build it up a wee bit just there, and clean out the dubbing. Grab there, and then segment your body. A bit dubbing stock there, I don't want that. Tie it off and helicopter it off. Now here, a lot of folk finish at that, but hackle and leave it as a wee nim. But I decided, 2 or 3 years ago, to put wee black legs on them, so they look like wee spent gnats or wee flies that's blown the water. One in at all. Not just like a buzzer, but one in that's got blown on there and the fish see it, and they've got legs, buggy legs. They just look like a bug, a wee bug. And that's what this is all about, is kidding them on just enough for them to have a go at it. And get these legs on. I'll put one tine in, and have a look to see what length they were. Yeah, that's long enough. Just pull them back a wee bit, that's long enough. Right, that's nice and buggy looking. Oh, that's the wrong scissors. It wouldn't cut butter, that thing. Well, that blunt with cutting foam. Now you could put a hackle in at the back of this, but I'm not going to do that today because the legs are enough to break the water fractions up, to break the surface film. The last thing I'm going to put in here is the wee wing. And all I'm painting is it's a single wing, and it's a goose bite I'm using. And as the goose bite has got the bites on it, as you know, when you pull them off the slope, they've got a kind of natural bend to them when they come off the bite. Well, that's the way you want to lay it down the back of the fly. I've got 2 of them there. No wanting 2, I only want a single one. Just grip it and have a look at it. That's it. That's it. I want it to lie down the back. That's it. That's the way I want it to be. I want it to lie down the back, right down the back of the fly. Because that's the way they were looking. They looked at like that the other day there I was on. And I just want something that resembles it. And it's enough to kid them to have a go. And that's it. That's simplicity itself. And it's a buzzer, a terrestrial, a spindle fly. It's just buggy looking. And hopefully it's good enough to kid the rainbows on when they start careering about. And I usually fish up at the dam well this time of year, and you get a calm day, everything floats into the dam wall, and you get these big rainbows marauding up and down, just sucking in everything that's gone. And I caught a couple of 5-pounders the other day on a popper, on a deadly popper, which the tine's on the site. Anyway, that's my wee buggy part. I don't know what you cry. I'll put a name on it sometime, but give it a try. Put a couple in your box. I've got a couple of them without the foam buzzers so that I can hang them below indicators, etc., and let them drift just under the surface. And they seem to do pretty well too. Different colours too, but black being my favourite. Anyway, again, thanks for watching, and tight lines.